Shotgun Starcraft.
This is what an overlord does. It increases your food or your supply so that this number gets larger and you are able to build more units, which will make this number go up. And you can see here, if you click on the drone, maybe not there, right here with the drone, if you see right next to the minerals, the blue minerals that says 50, to the right of that it says 1, and it has a little overlord symbol next to it. That means that it only takes up 1 food to have a drone. So the 10 will turn into 11 if I build another one. Similarly, the Zergling will do the same thing. So let's build 3 sets of Zerglings. And with these, if I take these eggs, if I just select the eggs and I right click somewhere, when they hatch, the units inside will go wherever I click. And there's another oh, also, if you want to click on your main base for Zerg, that's getting a little too specific, let's not do that. These overlords you can move, they can fly anywhere as you want, and they're the units that allow you to build more units. So if you lose an overlord, if this overlord dies, then your food or supply will go back down to 10. And it'll say 13 out of 10 and it'll show it in red, which means you need to build more overlords before you can build any more units. These are the Zerglings. 2 Zerglings come from each egg, so each one of these Zerglings won't be as strong as another race for one of their units, but they are fast. Look how fast they move on the creep. I'm just right clicking multiple times here, and let's go off the creep. If you see how much slower they are off the creep, you'll notice to run up here it takes that long, but once they're on the creep they just sprint really fast. Okay, so Zerglings, or any units you have as a Zerg player, when they're on the creep, it's better because they're faster. But let's just talk about a little of something that applies to all the races at this point. So we select our units here, our Zerglings, and what we can do is we can hold down the shift button right under caps lock, hold shift, right click here. Well, actually, lag, whoa, sorry, I had a bit of lag there. Okay, hold down the shift button and oh, hold on one second. I'm having some issues with my computer. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure why that was doing that. It seems like Fraps, which is what I'm using to record my screen here, is not allowing this to work. So we'll see that my Zerglings, look at them, just running in circles. I'm not clicking. I'm not even touching the mouse or keyboard at this point. So in order to make your units move in positions that you want them to move without having to do it yourself at that time, at that point in time, what you can do is you can select your group of units, doesn't matter if you're Terran, Protoss, Zerg, select your group of units, and we'll do this with the drones if it'll work here, and just select your group of units, like I said like 30 times. Anyways, just hold shift and click somewhere and click at another place. You notice how they all went to this spot before they came over here? So if I right click once here and right click once here, this second click's going to override and they're no longer going to go to that first click. But if I hold shift and I right click there and right click there, they're going to go to the first spot, then the second spot, So if you want to have them take a specific route to a certain area, such as out here and then over here, then you see how they go down and then over because I held shift. And we'll go back up on the creep, considering they move quite faster on the creep. Alright, so what we've learned here is that Starcraft 2 is all about the economy. It's all about gathering resources to getting these minerals and getting Vespene gas so that you're able to build buildings such as this spawning pool, or you can build also any other building you would like that is available. You just need to learn, as you play, you'll learn what buildings allow you to build what. And you'll see that your buildings have to grow as Zerg. So the main goal is to have as many workers as you can eating minerals and collecting this gas so that you can build more buildings, you can build more units, you can build more drones to even get more minerals. And once you run out of minerals, we'll talk about expanding a little bit later. That means you're going to want to build another base, and you're going to want to collect more resources at a different point. Alright, let's go to Protoss. And this seems to be the race that I would like you to... There we go. Oh, that was magical. All of a sudden, we are Protoss. Okay, this is how it's going to look when you start the game. It's going to have a line of probes as Protoss if you start as Protoss, which is the race I think you should play first. You should stick to one race so you can learn it, and I'd say select Protoss. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Protoss here. See, you grab your units and you can just right click on the minerals. They're going to go and they're going to collect minerals, and they'll automatically spread out so that they can all collect minerals at the same time. And you're going to have your main building right here. And you see how it says warp and probe? You can build another worker by just selecting this. It's going to take 17 seconds. So, also, I'm going to emphasize this again, that we want to get these minerals, as many workers on these mineral patches as fast as we can. So what we want to do is once again select our main building, right click on a mineral patch, and then automatically this probe is going to go start mining before he does anything else. He's just going to come out of the factory and start mining. So this nexus, which is the main base of the Protoss, is where you build probes, and then also you chrono boost. Those are the two things I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to really talk about the mothership. It's not that important at this point. So what we want to do, since we have so many probes, is that we're going to build this pylon over here. Alright, after we build the pylon, we'll go back over here and we'll build an assimilator. The assimilator, if you go to build, is right here, and the pylon is right here. It takes 30 seconds for a assimilator, 25 for a pylon. And it tells you how much they cost. So I'll go back here and I'll have them continue mining. And what I do, because I know the shortcuts and the keys for it, you see how this is a probe right here and you want to build a probe? You're going to keep building probes. You can stack up, look, 5 probes at one point in time, but that's not what you want to do. You can click them by getting rid of them. You want to build one at a time so that you have the resources up here. See how I have 400 resources? 450 resources. Look at me. I build all those, now I only have 200. And I'm continuing to build my base. I'm going to continue to build my base after I do that. And I won't have as many resources to spend on things because I have it queued up here. I have it just sitting. So what you want to do is just build one at a time if you can. At first it's okay to just have about 2 queued up and building. But what you want to do once your gas is up, your Vespene gas, you're going to want to select these units. You want to have right click to have them collecting this Vespene gas. And they're going to be bringing back these little X boxes, and they're going to bring them back to the Nexus, and that's going to give us gas. In top right you'll see that our gas is increasing. We have 600 minerals. What you want to do, we'll build another gas chamber, come back here, and we're going to build another probe, and have that probe go right to the mineral line, because we can grab probes off the mineral line to do whatever we want, to build buildings, to go gather Vespene gas. It's just a great place to just go get a probe if you want, preferably a probe that just put his minerals in the building, because that'll be most efficient. So we're going to go over here. See, you know how the Zerg could only build on the creep? They only could build buildings where the creep was. It's similar to Protoss, where you only can build buildings near a pylon. Pylons have this blue area that allows you to build the buildings. And I'm going to build this forge right next to this building. And the nice thing about Protoss is you can just go over here, click, build the building, and come back and start gathering more minerals. And we're going to build another probe here. So remember I talked about food and supply. Up here we have 14 out of 18. Normally you're not going to see this overlord symbol, but it's just a glitch in this part of the thing. But you see that we have 18 max right now, and 14, we have 14, almost getting close to 18. So let's build B for build, E for pylon. But anyways, those are the shortcuts. you can see if you go down here to build basic structures, it has a B in the brackets. So you can press the letter B on the keyboard. It'll show all these buildings. And if you can memorize, which you might eventually, if you look back up at the pylon, it's E for shortcut to build a pylon. So you